I know what you're thinking. How is a dead guy suddenly in my subscription box? No, but seriously, I want to apologize to you guys for not uploading in basically a month. But my excuse for that is, sometimes life happens and there's nothing you can really do about it. And yeah, nothing bad, but I've just been really busy as of late, so I haven't really had time to do the whole Pokémons thing. But I have a little free time, so I figure, why not bring you guys a battle? So that's what I'm going to do here today. Anyway, before we start this video off, I need to go ahead and go over a few things. The reason my name is different is because the Showdown ladder reset. So instead of just going back to XTheFall3nX, I decided to mix it up a little, change the name. And instead of XTheFall3nX, I am now 2 squared real, because that makes me 2 real and 4 real at the same damn time. Okay, enough stupid pop culture references. We are here to talk about a battle. And as you can tell, the Showdown replayer thing put me on the opposite sides. So what's going on, guys? Ryan here, and today I have a black 2, white 2 OU Showdown battle for you. Again, had this on the OU ladder. And despite the fact that my opponent has some pretty weird stuff, I thought this was a pretty good game, pretty quick. And yeah, not really much to say about it. Nothing on his team pops out as an immediate threat. But I do know if I let that Sigilyph set up way too many boosts, it's going to become problematic really fast. But aside from that, nothing looks like it can't be dealt with. So let's click the play button and get into this thing. He opts to lead with his Rotom Wash, as I opt to lead with my Celebi. And most Celebis these days are especially defensive, and I'm expecting him to want to maybe Volt Switch or Will-O-Wisp. So I'm just going to go straight for Leaf Storm and try to kill that thing off first turn. But I missed the 90% accurate move, and he actually tricks me as Scarf, which is funny because I already have one. So he doesn't accomplish anything there, and yeah. But he knows I'm Scarfed now, he knows I'm offensive, and I know that he's probably going to bring in the Heatran, and even though I could go for Earth Power, he could have had a Balloon, and as you see there, he did. Thankfully, because he tricked me, I was able to switch up moves, and I just went for the U-turn rather than anything else. He brings in the Heatran, I pop its Balloon, and go straight out to my Lucario, and I'm in a really good position. So instead of Swords Dancing, I'm just going to go straight for Close Combat, trying to put a dent in something. And yeah. It's a Lucario, you click Close Combat. Unfortunately, he brings in the Sigilyph, and I just had a voice crack. That was awesome. Anyway, my Close Combat did relatively nothing, especially after Leftovers, which tells me he's definitely the bulky kind, because these things actually do have decent speed, which I didn't know before. Anyway, I know he's going to try to burn me with a stupid Flame Orb, so I'm just going to switch out into Rotom, because that's the thing that would most, disregard a burn the easiest, and still pose an immediate threat to the Sigilyph so it can't set up. So that's what I do. And now I'm going to go straight for Volt Switch. I don't know if my opponent is the type of person who sends in a ground type on a Rotom, because it is 50-50, but at the same time it's kind of risky. Anyway, thankfully he's not going to be that guy. He goes straight into Licky Licky. Takes pretty much nothing from the Volt Switch, which is fine. And I end up going into my Landorus to pose an immediate physical threat and to set up my Stealth Rocks because he doesn't have a spinner, and he does have, well, no, the Sigilyph actually isn't affected by rocks, but anything he brings in, barring the Sigilyph, is going to be taking 13%, which means he won't be able to switch around as much, which will be pretty damn good for me. So he body slams me as I set up the rocks, and then I U-turn out. And I go straight into Celebi because if this gets paralyzed, I do have the natural cure, so it's not a big deal. And I can hopefully bluff the trick and make him switch out. That is indeed what happens. He switches out, most likely fearing my trick, as he's going to go back into the Heatran. And I could have gone for Earth Power there again because the Heatran switch was really obvious. But at the same time, I just didn't want anything. I really wanted momentum more than I wanted that Heatran gone because I have plenty of ways to deal with that Heatran. Like this Lucario, for example. Here, I know he's going to go out into the stupid Sigilyph, so I'm actually going to make a better play, and instead of just clicking CC, I'm actually going to Swords Dance. And, yeah, Swords Dance it up. And here I go for E-Speed. That was dumb. I really should have Bullet Punched because I still would have outsped because +1 priority rather than +2. And after Stab, it might have been stronger than a neutral E-Speed. I'm not really sure, and I don't feel like doing calcs. Point is, though, he's able to live the +2 extreme speed like a monster and burn my Lucario. and I'm thinking another one will just kill it off. I'm really hoping it will, but of course, either I get min damage or I just didn't have a chance to. Either way, I'm going to miss the KO, and this stupid goddamn thing is just going to roost all the way back up to full, and it's like I never even touched it. So here, I'm actually going to go into the road, back into my Rotom, because I don't think he's seen my item yet, although there's my leftover, so he has now. But either way, I went for Volt Switch last time, and I figure Hydro Pump would still do a good chunk if he stays in, but I'm predicting him to go into Mamoswine. So I'm just going to go straight for Hydro Pump, trying to catch that thing on the switch. And I do predict correctly, but unfortunately I am going to miss the Hydro Pump, which sucks so much. Oh my god. That really sucks, but whatever. It's Pokemon. What can you do? Hacks is hacks. So after I miss, I know he's not going to want to stay in. So what I'm actually going to do is go for Will-O-Wisp, expecting the switch. And I know he's not going to switch in the stupid Sigilyph, so anything he switches in is going to get burned. I was actually predicting the Breloom switch because it could resist my dual stab easily. But he actually lets me burn the Scarf Rotom, which is fine because now I can go back into Scarf Celebi, and I know that he doesn't have anything to touch me with, because even if he did have the HP Ice, I would definitely live it and I could outspeed him next turn and still, you know, put a really big dent into him. So he doesn't want to risk that. He goes straight into Mamoswine, as he does Volt Switch out of there, and I really don't have any more use for my Lucario because I played it really badly, so I'm just going to Death Fodder it as he does go for the Ice Shard. So yeah, now I'm thinking he's not going to fear the burn Extreme Speed because it's not stabbed and I don't have a Sword Stance boost, so I'm actually going to go for Bullet Punch, hoping he's going to stay in, but that's not going to be the case as he does decide to play it safe, switch out into the Sigilyph, and take absolutely nothing from my Bullet Punch, as this turn I'm going to die, and he's got the Sigilyph, and I'm tired of this goddamn thing. So I decided to make a ballsy play, go into my Dragonite, set up one Dragon Dance because I know he's going to try to Psycho Shift me the burn, but thankfully this Dragonite does have a Lumberry, so I can actually absorb the burn and just click Outrage, and something is going to die. Something has to die. This is an Adamant Dragonite with +1 attack. Something dies. So I Outrage crit the Sigilyph, and let's be real, that crit didn't matter. This is a Dragonite. This is a Dragonite, people. And it's just... Anyway, I Outrage, the Sigilyph dies easily. He goes into Mamoswine instead of Heatran, which I found questionable just because I do have Multiscale, which is actually going to allow me to live this Ice Shard and kill off the Mamoswine as my Outrage continues. And unfortunately, I do get a 3-turn Outrage, and I thought he'd go into Heatran to try to resist my Outrage or Protect, or maybe he's offensive. I don't know what it is, but apparently he doesn't want his Heatran to take it, as he actually makes a very strange play and actually tricks me the Choice Scarf with his Rotom. And now I have a Scarf, but I'm still alive. So Dragonite definitely did its job. It punctured a huge hole in his team, and now I have good Death Fodder if I need it, or maybe I can still salvage Dragonite, because it's not completely neutered. It's still an Adamant Dragonite, and it's still got pretty good coverage, so it can still hurt something. Anyway, this turn, I don't want to leave Dragonite in, so I'm just going to go out into my Rotom on the Heatran, as he does decide to set up his very late game Stealth Rocks. I don't know what the purpose of that was, but he did it. And here I'm predicting the switch into Breloom again, because why would you stay in? But he does. I give him a Flash Fire boost, and he actually misses the Magma Storm, so I guess that kind of makes up for the 2 crucial misses on other members of his team that would have been dead already. So yeah. I am faster, and I have no reason not to just stay in and Hydro Pump, so that's what I'm going to proceed to do. And maybe now he'll bring in the Breloom, but no. He goes into the Licky Licky, and I really don't know why. That's what it did. So I'm going to Pain Split because I know these things have a lot of HP, but that was just dumb on my part simply because, I mean, he didn't, he was at about half, so... And my Rotom, even though it has a low HP stat, it was still pretty good on HP. So that was just a waste of time on my part. He misses a Power Whip, which, I mean, after those 2 misses, I guess they do kind of make up for the misses that I had. Anyway, I'm just going to burn this Licky Licky because I realize now, even if he is offensive, I mean, after the burn and the lack of stab, it's really, his Power Whip's not going to do jack to this Rotom. And I'm just going to Pain Split now, just trying to wear this thing down. And he actually has the Sandstorm. Maybe, I don't know. I honestly can't justify him having a Sandstorm, having the Sandstorm on this Licky Licky. I can't. I really can't. I mean, it does get Cloud 9, but at the same time, Own Tempo is just a better ability, and that only happens on switch-in, so you don't get to ignore weather, and yeah. So I Volt Switch this turn. I try to go into Starmie to spin and maybe just finish this game off with Dragonite, but no. Not only does he hit a Power Whip, but he crits me. And so the burn is ignored, blah, blah, blah. You guys know how crits work. And he kills my Starmie outright, which sucks. I thought he would die to Sandstorm, so I just went into Landorus. But he doesn't die to Sandstorm, and that sucks. So now I just go into Rotom, because why not? YOLO Swaggins all day, every day. I don't know. I really don't know why I'm doing anything anymore. All I know is we're both going to die at the end of this turn, which is convenient. So he sends in the Breloom, and I'm going to take sand damage, and I'm just going to die. Oh, wait, no. I'm stupid. He went for Mach Punch. I did live, but he knock punches, and yeah. So now I'm going to go into my Landorus. And really, it's just to get the Intimidate drop just in case he's Swords Dance Breloom. This Landorus does have the HP Ice, so if he doesn't want to Spore me, I'm just going to go for that. But he does Spore me because he's a Breloom, and that's what Brelooms do. Not that I don't like it, but it's what happens sometimes. The sand finally subsides, which is great. So now I'm just going to go ahead and Death Fodder my Dragonite because I didn't get to spin, and that sucks because I wanted to take a chunk out of this thing with my E-Speed, but I'm not going to get to do that as he's just going to kill me with the Volt Seed. So now I can finally just go into my Celebi, and I know I can take Mach Punches for days even though I am offensive because of my good base stat total and stuff and things. Go for HPIs, kill off the Breloom, and that is going to be the game. Yeah. So, good game, phoenix717. It actually was a pretty good game. I got a little confused towards the end. Like, seriously, I stopped paying attention to what I was saying right at the end of this game when Licky Licky Sandstormed. Just Sandstorm. Sandstorm Licky Licky. I don't even, but I guess I do now. So, yeah. He doesn't have a YouTube channel, so I can't link it. And I'm pretty much rambling at this point and things and stuff. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Remember, guys, to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't already, that kind of thing. And if you'd like me to finish the last bits of Pokemon Yellow, it'd really, really make me happy if you guys left a comment, so I know that people actually want to see it. I'm not just wasting my time. And yeah. Rambling again, I apologize. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the video now. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.